Yeah, today we are going to deal with two topics like there little time we spent for SQL basics, and then we go for Snowflake cloud data warehouse. It means where real time environment like Snowflake cloud DWH. DWH, we know that it's like almost what we are. This is the main topic, like core topic like. But remember the Snowflake schema we have covered already. There are the three types of schema we have covered in DWH. That is, the first one is star schema, second one is Snowflake schema, third one is constellation schema or galaxy schema. Schema, I told you, a particular procedure to arrange the tables, relational tables, to operate data in the tables. That is schema. So schema is generally, it is company to company. I told you in the example also, bank example, even from bank to bank under a particular branch may vary. That Snowflake schema is different from the Snowflake cloud. Actually, they have put that same name itself. That's all. But Snowflake cloud DWH is like a platform where we can do all ETL and SQL operations. It means almost like ETL testing, where we do generally, we have already mentioned a few things like the data stage one tool, second one is talent is tool, Informatica Power Center is tool. Like this, there are some tools we have said. So same tool that we can do by using Snowflake Cloud DWH. Then what is the advantage? You may ask like, see, they are the tools. Generally, it takes big size in our computer, like RAM and all should be. There are many requirements. Prerequisites should be there. You have to satisfy all the prerequisites to install data stage or talent or Informatica Power Center. Coming to Snowflake Cloud, we no need anything because no data can be stored in the computer. Like it is everything stored in the cloud only. So once if you say cloud, then who will give that that memory and that access and all, who will give it? So that is why this is only for 1 month access they give free with limited applications. So where we can learn for within 1 month, that we can learn in the Snowflake cloud DWH, then we can shift to the any standard platform like data stage or Informatica Power Center, anything we can do. So altogether I will ask you people to join in this Snowflake cloud DWH credentials. So I will tell you, there we can join, we all together can join and we can work on it. So that is the difference between Snowflake schema and Snowflake cloud. And Snowflake cloud to data stage or something like based on existing tools, like very standard tools. So this we use only for easy access. No need to install much, no need, we don't have that much computer, like that much RAM computer size, memory, nothing is required. We can happily work on this Snowflake cloud DWH. So today these two topics we will cover. So SQL, again, it is like fundamental. We do many operations on database, that is a collection of related information, right? We have covered, so we have studied these things. But majorly, generally here we simply we call generally crude operations, we say, because we database only on work, we work collection of tables that are related. There are many tables, let us say collection of tables that are related to each other. So on that, database means, that is the definition. And on that, SQL is the language, like SQL is the language, a particular tool like. So we do some operations on the database against the query that is asked by the business. So what are the crude operations generally is? Generally you can create the table. It means you are originating data. So we can read it. Sometimes we call retrieve. Read it, something like when something is stored already, that you want to see it, that you want to learn out of it what it is like. So you have, before reading it, before displaying on the computer, you have to retrieve the data from a particular repository. So that can be done by using SQL basics like. And then you update, you can do update is an operation. It means you are adding, like what you call truncated. It means everything you will add something like. appending or adding or truncating, anything you can say. Updating means every time you are changing something like. So D means you want to delete. So these crude operations we can do in SQL. How we do that? We can see the same SQL operations we can learn without, little basics are enough to understand to operate on Snowflake. That's why little basics I'm giving in SQL. So these are the basic operations in DBMS also, database management system. So generally databases, relational database, that can we do actually, we already seen this. Databases are two types: relational and non-relational. This non-relational you can say like no SQL operation also. No SQL databases like are not just SQL. It means what? Not just SQL. It means without using SQL or with little by using SQL also we can do. That is non-relational. So non-relational can be called as no SQL operations and not just SQL operations databases. Like one of the types is relational database. Relational database, you know that actually in that we use RDBMS. Some I think Vijay meer intaku mundu okasari adigaru idi RDBMS ani. So it is like relational database.
Yes, sir.
So we use this SQL means relational database system. So here like MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, MariaDB. So like these are the tools we use. Like in relational database, we can use MySQL, Oracle. We use tools like PostgreSQL. Like these are some tools like MariaDB database. Crude operations will be done here in this relational database. All CRUD operations we do here. But remember, this is relational means they are technically related. It means they have primary key, foreign key, composite key. We have seen, right? Primary key means it's a fundamental one with that we can get any particular column of data in a table. Foreign key means foreign key is also primary key for the table, but it is another table. But that links second table and first table. Composite is like something together. So that we have seen already: primary key, foreign key in the relational database, and composite key also. So these are the relational database management system. And non-relational.
Composite.
Tell me.
Composite key gurinchi cheppaledu sir.
Composite key we have not covered. It is like together. See, primary key I told you, like let us say simple. I tell you one way. There are the two tables. For suppose I am storing employee data here, and here company data I am storing here. Of course, employee is working in company only. For suppose in the company, let us say CS company details, like name of the company, N, salary details, name of the company, let us say C1, C2, like that, C3. Salaries, maybe in that company salaries, like let us say S1, S2, S3. Here also employee will be there, name of the company will be there. Employee name also will be there, name of the company will be there. Now let us say name of the company I am using here also. It means this is the foreign key that is related to the primary key here, and S is the salary also related to, let us say, name of the company. Now a particular employee name I will take here. Sorry, not here. I will take here employee name EN. Let us say some Jack. Now I want to find the data of Jack, of what is the salary and what is the company that he is related. Now name of the company, salary together, if there is in any table, then we can say it is like a composite key. It means with the name of the company I cannot get total job details, and with the salary only I cannot get total job details. It means this S will be there here also. It means, see, two keys together, when two keys together can give a particular employee details between the tables. then we can say that that is called composite key. Composite, the name itself, it is there like mixed. It is means primary key is not enough to retrieve, to derive the data or to get some outcomes or to get some reports, or foreign key is not enough. So foreign key and another foreign key, like S is another foreign key, in this also we are using, right? So together if we use, then we can say it is called composite key. So these are the keys are relational. So that's why we use under relational database management system. That is called SQL database management system. When non-relational comes, like no SQL we call. In this, how we do operation means generally it is like text only. Most similar like text we use. Like coding, it looks like, or suppose we store data here, like no SQL means we store data like something like this within a columns. What is ID of some employee? What is name of some employee? What is major of some employee? Major means in which subject, mainstream subject, like let us say bio, maths. Name like Jack. ID means 1002, like that. Many data. Next another student data. Next another student data. Like it's like a text we save. See, relational means easy to retrieve. For suppose if we have written like this, non-relational, can be done actually. Nothing wrong in it. But finally, what we need within short time, we have to report against the query asked by the business. So we go for relational. That is the advantage. That's it. So RDBMS means tables and keys will be there, like SQL, that it's a structured query language, we call structured query language. See, the name itself, it is there, like, right. We have seen this term like structured, where we have seen one of the key characteristics of DWH. Structured means something like organized, or you can say normalized. Query language, the language which works against the queries in a structural manner. That is called what actually SQL is. Okay. Generally, it is a language we use for interacting with RDBMS. So RDBMS is the relational database management system. It means by using particular schema, we maintain various tables. So what is the language we use to understand that? So we have tables and relationally linked. We have tables that are relationally linked. So some language you need to see, right? See, we have the script, like we have the text. So at least to understand that script or to explain that script, you should have some language. We should know some language. So SQL is the language we used for interacting with. It means we work with RDBMS. It means relational database management system. Okay. So it is generally a hybrid language. Hybrid and basically we do 4 types of, in this we mentioned classification we will give. There are the 4 types of classifications we will give under this hybrid language. So when you say hybrid, see, it is like, natural and artificial. When something like composite, it means basic things will be there and artificial things will be there. It means like mixed. When you say there is mixing upon 2 types of characteristics, you can say like hybrid. So what are the basic 4 types of this language? Like these terms are important. They ask like DQL, data query language. Query language means generally in this what we seen, mostly the query asked by the client at the business. Query means it's a question, many questions they will ask. So that we will see in this type. Next, query. Okay, I'm not writing everything, only middle term I'm writing. Data query language. DDL. It means when you want to define something. Definition, like when you want to define any parameters or any attributes or any fields, That we do in this language, DDL, data definition language. Next, DCL. Okay, control, data control language. It means, see, we know that actually, we generally in a company, we don't give all the credentials to every people. Like, there are particular categories will be there. Like, let us say team lead. Team lead will have the control over all the other team people, what they are doing, their credentials. If anytime if he wants to stop that particular employee, then he can do that. It means control should be given. It is what we call actually security. Control, security, both are like little similar terms will be there, similarity will be there. So when you want to control a flow of a particular group, there should be one controller. So that will be defined in this data control language. DML, data manipulation language. Just we have seen like any add-ons, any additions, any changes, any transformations that can be done in this data manipulation language. Queries means that set of instructions given to the RDBMS. Generally, we write in SQL to retrieve data for the user. So that is what actually query is. These are the basics. That is actually more than enough to jump into the platform called Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse. Now we see this is now we are jumping into the core. Like, so from here onwards we work most little practically, we work on tables. Like, so far we have read theory only, right? Mostly theory. Now practicality will come. Like, so here you should know exact sequence also, that what are the terms we have covered actually. Sequence, see, definition, sequence, feedback. Like architecture, definition nothing but architecture or design, and then developing, and then a sequence of steps to do ETL, and then feedback. These are the four things will come now onwards. Now practically. So far mostly you understand, like, it is theory. It is like sequence of matter I am explaining. Maybe sometimes sequence may go fail, frankly, right? While telling, maybe few things I forget at some point, and I may keep at another point. Like, so now when you are doing in practically the things, like theory, you cannot change it, because when you do practically, when you change the sequence, you will not get right outcome. It means the reports will be wrong. So then you have to adjust. Now whatever the theory so far we have covered, in your mind you have to adjust what exactly the starting point is, what exactly the middle point is, what is the end point is. It means end to end you have to arrange the whole theory in your brain properly. Then only your DWH can give, I mean your mind can report very well, and can have very easily can interact with the Snowflake cloud data warehouse. If you do not have in your brain something like organized or structured data, structured theory so far what we have covered, if it is not structured in your brain, then your brain cannot understand what Snowflake cloud data warehouse is. Right? That is only simple, very simple concept. Like, whatever the see, you can imagine the Snowflake cloud data warehouse like a brain. Generally, what from the day beginning to ending, we hear many things, we learn many things, we face many what you call situations. So at the end, how you are organizing your mind, I mean your data in your mind, that makes how your data warehouse is, how your mind warehouse is. If it is good, you can say it is warehouse. If it is bad, I told you it is like some word I forgot. It is like dumping yard, because nothing is in order, like, right? So that is fundamental point that you have to understand. So Snowflake cloud data warehouse, what it is like. I told you already, Snowflake schema we have covered, that is different, but they have put name, that's all. Schema is different, that we have already seen in theory, but Snowflake is the name only they borrowed here under Snowflake cloud data warehouse. The name itself it is there. Snowflake means name only, just name. Cloud. Cloud means, see, one thing you have to understand. Now you are using one computer, a phone, like I don't know where from you are logged in. Let us say computer. I am using one computer. Three people are now. We are Murali, Vijay, and AMMAJI. So we three are using different computers. Now we are linked with some data which is already there in Zoom. Like it is means a fixed platform. In that we have linked. Now I am sharing the data. Now I am sharing my screen. Now the shared screen, everything will take a memory. That memory, my computer should able to operate. For suppose few what we call applications, my computer may not be able to operate it, let us say. In that case, by using that app, I cannot interact with you people. It means if you should have your own device and a memory full device and operatable, it means that should able to operate the app or Zoom app, like that Murali, like that AMMAJI. But cloud, coming to cloud, if you have device, generally we can say, like, if you have device and if you have internet network between the three people, that is enough. Here memory is not the big thing. But in the cloud means something you cannot see. In the cloud means something you cannot see, but there your data will be there. There you feed the data, there you do see the crude operations, there you retrieve data. Then who will buy that cloud? I mean, who will sell that cloud? It means something like you are operating in the cloud. You are thinking, like, you're just imagining, like we call, like, even the term also there, like cloud minded. And cloud minded and meaning ఏంటంటే వాడికి ఏమీ అర్థం కాదనమాట. అంటే సంథింగ్ లైక్ ఇమాజినరీ, something like not clear, not transparent. That is what meaning actually cloud is. But coming to in this also same meaning, but you should know adi kuda someone used to maintain. There are some people, like, they maintain the cloud memory. So there you have to a cloud lo unna space nu manam konukovali. In that space we work. In that space our data will be there. Now see, general question will come, like, see, something like if you keep in cloud, anyone can access it, right? Something like if it is in my computer, I have security, I have the what you call password, so that no one can able to kept my data, like. But something like now we are talking about cloud, and something is there in open, like open space. It means my data is not secured, I feel, generally, because Murali can access the data, Vijay can access my data, my personal data, maybe my important things will be there, very secured, very costly, like that. So for that memory, I mean, security also you have to buy. And that is why even I mentioned in the earlier, this Snowflake cloud data warehouse, for 1 month they will give free. There you can use limited space. That's why they are giving free. Once if we want to work on cloud, real cloud, then you have to buy that size, buy that space. Like now people are buying, someone, I think Shah Rukh Khan bought land in where on moon, it seems. I think Shah Rukh Khan's fan, I think, bought that land on moon, and he given to Shah Rukh Khan. It means, see, why he bought that space. He thought that in the future, if Earth is not there, it means this platform is not there, I can jump into the platform that is called what you call moon. That is another platform. It means we can buy the platform on the moon also. Maybe in the future you can buy on the any platform or any flats like on red planet, Mars, and Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, whatnot. Any planet you can buy. This is like something cloud. Cloud means exactly this. But generally, when this software side the people are working, cloud means something like there are many definitions will give. Cloud means there is a space that is imaginary as of now. In the beginning, because you are not working on it. As of now, it is an imaginary, a space which is called imaginary, somewhere it is there, because it is imaginary. I cannot say exactly whether it is there in my computer or your computer or someone's computer. There it is there, somewhere it is there. So from there you can do some operations. There you can store the data, you can collect the data, you can transform the data, You can retrieve the data and you can disseminate the data. It means you can make reports. That is what actually cloud is. Data warehouse, you know that warehouse, I told you already, a structured data we keep in one house, that is called warehouse. That is called together is called data, you know that, in information. So that is basically what Snowflake cloud data warehouse is. So this is mostly theory. Now we have 10 minutes actually for this session. So within the 10 minutes I will finish. If you have any doubts, because I mean, if I ask open for doubt session, I think the time will be not good. So you can post in the group itself. So Snowflake cloud data warehouse, see, generally it is built only for cloud data warehouse.
సార్
Yeah.
ఈ జూమ్ ని ఎగ్జాంపుల్ గా తీసుకొచ్చా సార్ దీనికి.
Zoom is an app application. Zoom you cannot take as an example for cloud. How can you take the see, if something Zoom app is there in the cloud, it means it is not in your computer, not my computer, or Murali computer. But we have another app to work on Zoom. Let us say connection is there to work on Zoom. Then you can say that it is cloud.
Okay.
It is like something like satellites. Satellite data, let us say we are operating. See, it is like cloud data only. Okay. So Snowflake cloud data warehouse built only for cloud data warehouse. It means only for cloud data. Single platform for any workload. It means many people will be there, but single platform. Single platform. Secure and governed access to all your data. Because I told you already, this is covered. That's why I'm going faster. Secured and governed. It means there are some governed means there are some rules will be there. So cloud is there, open space is there, so I can happily operate. I can easily store any data, like something is not there. Security will be there and governed. Governed means there are some rules you have to exhibit to operate on the cloud data. And unlimited performance and scalability. Unlimited performance, generally unlimited, when I say, in any case, generally unlimited is not at all the right word, but we say there is, when you say unlimited, it is limited, but generally it is big when compared to the practical things what we are working. That's why we say that it is unlimited performance. Unlimited performance and scalability. Scalability means, you know that based on your application, your requirement, you can use that structure. It means, for suppose I want 1 GB of data. I want to work on 1 GB of data. Then I bought that much space only. I will buy. I don't buy 100 GB of data, right? For suppose someone wants tera 1 TB of data. In that case, he has to buy that much. It means how much you use, for that only you can pay. That is enough. So that is what we call scalability. It means for a particular level of operations, you have to pay. That is what actually scalability and unlimited performance. And easy to use. It means the way you are using, that is very easy. 1 second. So where we are, so it is easy to use. I told you already, because no space, no memory that we are storing in our computer, like something. So generally it is easy to use. Generally all tool softwares are generally easy if you know the sequence, what are the basic 4 steps I have said. This is about Snowflake. And key capabilities means, like, it is available where it is available. It means where we can work on it. You know that actually Azure is one platform. It means we can use on this. And GCP is another one, and AWS, Amazon service. This is actually AWS. This is also we can use. I mean, available on this platforms. Like, remember, in these things, primary key, foreign key check, this type of things generally not available, because it is not a relational. Okay, these are not relational like that. So coming to Snowflake SQL supports. Snowflake SQL supports DDL. I have said already, data definition language. It supports DML, data manipulation language, and it supports grants, and it supports SQL functions. and stored procedures. So some, basic operations, all it will support. Who will support? Snowflake will support. And aggregation, it means summing up of things like summary. Summarization, Snowflake will support. Windowing, it will support. Hierarchical queries, it will support. Sequences, it will support. Incremental, it will support. It means these are also basic operations in SQL that all supported by Snowflake. That's why we are using Snowflake. And then some integration supports will be there, like data integration tools, IBM, Informatica. This is also important. Okay. Integration support means, see, let us say the data is there in IBM data state. This is one platform I told you already, we have seen. ETL tool. So in this, some data is there. First, suppose that you want to integrate with Snowflake. First, suppose if it is not accepting it, then it is useless again. That is drawback for me. So it will support, that integration will be there. It means this data can be easily taken into the Snowflake platform, and like Informatica and some other things also. Like it supports BI tools, business intelligence tools. We have covered already. Business intelligence tools means the tool which gives reports from the data warehouse. So it supports all BI tools mostly, like QuickView, Looker, Power BI, like some BI tools are there. And big data tools also. I told you big data is different, something like technology. For that also some tools are there. Spark, Databricks, big data, BD, let us say. Big data tools are something like there, like Spark and Databricks. ఇలాంటి వాటిని కూడా ఈజీగా we can take and we can work on the platform called Snowflake. And native language connections for Python, JSON, Node.json, like these connections also we can easily integrate with Snowflake. And SQL interface we can do, our client we can do. So these are the supports, because we know that actually, see, Word, one example, simple example, 97 to 2003, now different 2010, 2012, 2016, like that coming. Suppose if you are unable to open 2002 document in 2016, that is drawback. Whatever the new app you are finding, that should support old data, existing data. So that is the fundamental. So Snowflake is the new one, a new platform, so that it supports all older ones, so that it will be easy to use. Otherwise, we can say that it is a drawback. So little theory is there. Maybe I think it may stop. If it is stopped, I told you, if it is stopped, don't worry. Only what you call Snowflake architecture from onwards we will start in the next session. Mostly what is cloud already explained. I think that is more than enough, but little cloud and Snowflake architecture I will explain in the next session. Now only see, I divide. Generally there are different people, generally, based on the data they are handling, that can be classified as the people who store and curate data. It means who clear the data, or who do cleansing the data. That is one type of category. Who analyze the data, one type of category of people. Who secure the data, that is one type of category. Who wants to share the data, అంటే వేరే వాళ్ళకి ఎవరైతే షేర్ చేస్తారో, that is one type of people. Who have get new data, it means who collects the new data, that is one type of category of people. Who need new data immediately, ఎవరికైతే డేటా ఇమీడియట్ గా కావాలో వాళ్ళు one type of category. And who wants to upgrade the platform, and who pay for the data platform, అంటే ఆ డేటా మొత్తం దాన్ని వాడుకున్న దానికి ఎవరైతే పే చేస్తారో. ఇలాగ పీపుల్ ని different categories గా we can simply classify. Now when you say cloud, all these people should be connected each other to do a particular job or task. So that is cloud. It means in the cloud all should be connected again, otherwise the data linkage will not be there, right? So for suppose who wants, like let us say I am working on the sharing data, you are working on the receiving the data. So when I want to send you the data, we should be connected each other. Otherwise, how can you receive the data that I have sent? That is difficult. So this way the cloud generally data works. So there are various goals will be there in this. like setting up the setup development. It means like, there are some people work on the goal like setting up a development. It means setting up a platform. Few people work on like main other goals like patching, backup, recovery. అంటే ఎవరైనా చిన్న చిన్న ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటే రీపేర్ చేయడం, బ్యాకప్ దాచడం, ఆ దాచిన దాన్ని రికవరీ చేయడం.